Konnichiwa. Hello, my name is Sanvi. Welcome to our exhibit. Today we are showcasing the country known for its advanced technology and rich heritage. If you guessed Japan, you are correct. Japan is a collection of 7,000 islands, and the Japanese inhabit a little over 400 of them. Geographically, it is divided into 8 main parts. When you go down from north to south, the population density increases. One of the most densely populated cities in Japan is Tokyo, which is the capital.
If we look at the total land area, Japan is approximately 55% smaller than Texas, but its population is almost 4 times greater than Texas. To escape their crowded lives and bring serenity, the Japanese have lots of gardens. As you can see in the picture, these are well manicured places. And the fun fact is that they don't always have to have plants, trees, or flowers. They can also have sand, gravel, or stone structures.
As you can tell, the Japanese culture is more than meets the eye. However, let's explore the symbols of Japan. The first few things that come in mind when we think of Japan are their kimonos, umbrella, and technology.
Japan is known for its cutting-edge innovation in electronics, from video games such as our favorite Super Mario to cameras, QR codes that are now part of our daily lives. And who hasn't heard of Japanese robots? Their latest is the pet robot named Kubu.
Now let's talk about Japanese clothing. I'm going to be talking about the kimono. See, this is a doll wearing a traditional kimono. A kimono is a long robe with wide sleeves and a broad sash tied around the middle. Nowadays they are only used in ceremonies, but in the olden times they were used as an everyday garment by women, men, and children. This is a couple, and they are both wearing traditional kimonos before their wedding. During summer festivals, people wear cotton kimonos called yukata, and women's yukata often have floral designs on them. These are geta. These are Japanese footwear. They have a wooden platform with cloth straps, and they are very much like flip-flops. They first came to use in rice fields when the farmers were having a difficult time moving around the fields when they were so muddy. They come in different sizes of heel depending on who's wearing them and how high the person likes them to be. Now, I would like to show you around them. These are the straps in the wooden platform like I was talking about. This is their side shape. And this particular geta is a modern adaptation of the traditional one because it has a rubber lining on the heels. That was not the case in the olden times. It was all wood. Unlike in Texas, in Japan there is a rainy season. Most Japanese have a habit of carrying around an umbrella. Nowadays their umbrellas look pretty much like ours here in Texas, but that wasn't the case in the olden times. This is a wagasa. It is a Japanese umbrella made out of paper. Yes, I said paper. Now, you must be thinking, how can paper save you from rain? Well, this can be done by steeping strong Japanese paper in oil, making it waterproof. They are made individually by hand and are also made out of natural elements such as paper and bamboo. Nowadays, the uses of wagasa are limited to ceremonial and decorative purposes only. Now we are moving on to Japanese pottery. All 47 prefectures of Japan have their own pottery style. Japanese pottery dates back to 300 AD. This is a beautiful Japanese urn. This is a Japanese rice bowl. They have decorated inside and out. This is a modern Japanese tray, decorated with floral designs. Even though the Japanese have mastered this art and have many kinds of pottery with different styles that look perfect in terms of hues, glaze, and material, the little imperfections, such as impress of the hand, mark of the tool, or the thick glaze, sometimes with bubbles, are still sought after by connoisseurs because such objects appear closer to nature and don't look artificially perfect. As you can see, this bowl has more bumpy rims that are more imperfect than the other pottery like this one, but they're still all beautiful. I think that this is the biggest difference between pottery here and in Japan. This is gohan. Gohan is the Japanese word for rice, but gohan has two meanings. It also means meal. Ever since this group of islands known as Japan colonized, it has been growing rice. People even carved out hills to grow this precious crop. Rice is eaten every day and almost every meal in Japan.
In Japan, fish is eaten both cooked and raw. People use raw fish and rice to make a dish with widespread popularity around the world called sushi. Did you know that the first ever immigrants who came to Texas from Japan were rice farmers? In 1904, Sido Saibara, a former university president and the first Christian member of the Japanese parliament, had been invited specifically by the city of Houston to improve the state's rice industry.
This is a windsock. In Japanese, it is called a koinabori. These are streamers in the shape of carps flown on Children's Day on the top of a tall pole. Children's Day is also called Boys' Day. The carp swims upstream against all odds. This makes it a good symbol of perseverance and strength. These are a few examples of origami, which is an art in Japan. It is a method of paper folding and turns flat pieces of paper into three-dimensional shapes. The oldest written origami instructions date back to 1797, and the credit to modern origami goes to Master Akira, who in the 1950s made it popular. This is a paper crane. Did you know that if you want someone to get better or if you want to make a wish, you have to take 1,000 of these and put them on a string? This painting is called Under the Wave of Kanagawa, and it was painted by Katsushika Hakuzai. It is commonly known as the Great Wave and was one of the paintings in a series 36 Views of Mount Fuji. It is a woodblock print that depicts a huge frothing wave as it crests over a distant Mount Fuji. It was painted around 1830. This is another form of Japanese art called shibori. The yen is the official currency of Japan. Approximately 108 yen equal 1 US dollar. This is the 5 yen. It is also called go-en. Go means 5 in Japanese, and yen is pronounced more like en. So, go-en. Japanese people believe that having a 5 yen coin around helps them find what the universe has in store for them. It could be a soulmate, a dream job, the perfect house, or anything else. In shrines and temples, It is also the coin of choice when putting into the collection box. These days, the Japanese rarely exchange money while shopping because there are so many convenient digital options and one can easily pay using your smartphone. I hope you now know more about Japan than you did before coming to this exhibit. Japan has a unique mixture of modern technology, a vast history, and a desire to be closer to nature. Even though you can find people dressed in Western clothing and using the latest electronics, the core value system of the society remains unchanged. The sincerity by which the Japanese perform their duty and the respect they show to each other, especially to elders, is unparalleled to any other country. If you would like to know more about it, please follow the links I've sent on the citations page. Bye, or as they say in Japan, sayonara. I am now going to be playing Cherry Blossom by Robin Spielberg.